3 a.m. study sessions, crying in the car with my peanut butter chocolate ice cream. My mind will race at the end of each semester, and I'll ask the question, will this be worth it? Or should I keep going? For the past 2 weeks, I've done extensive research on why everyone should go to college and get a bachelor's degree. And this is relevant. According to the US Census survey that appeared in an article I read by the Washington Post, more than 55% of students drop out of school because of change in class protocol, and another 42 have dropped out because of financial reasons in 2020. Everyone should go back or stay in college and complete a bachelor's degree because overall, it may be the most beneficial way to support your dreams as a young adult, and I'm going to show that. First, I'm going to explain the opposing arguments of why people think you shouldn't get a bachelor's degree. And while these opposing arguments are valid, I'll then show the evidence that supports the reasoning behind getting a bachelor's degree and conclude by what I suggest. So why shouldn't you get a good degree? Well, in an article by the Washington Post, it wrote about how people who get a bachelor's degree often end up learning a different skill anyways and go to a trade school for a cheaper expense. Their argument is that if you get a certificate or go to a trade school for cheaper without having to pay for the costly expense of college, why go to college? And this is a pretty valid argument. Why would you choose to do something if you can get to the same place that's quicker and less expensive? However, the most common argument against going to college is the expense. It costs anywhere between $9,000 to $36,000 a year, depending on the type of university you choose. And this means that a bachelor's degree can cost up to $40,000 to $120,000. And while all of these reasons are completely valid, my research has shown that from a financial standpoint, a bachelor's degree is worth the cost. So why is it worth the cost? It's obviously going to be an investment because college costs a lot of money. But in a study done by Pew Research, it discusses how when it comes to income and wealth accumulation, first-generation college students lag substantially behind those with college-educated parents, which means that it levels out the playing field a little bit. If you were born in a lower-income family and are able to get the financial aid you need and scholarships and are able to attend a university and complete a bachelor's degree, it's going to substantially increase your, not only yourself, but your prosperity in the long run. And it kind of will end up leveling the playing field if we can help those lower income families get a bachelor's degree. And another study I read by Pew Research in an article entitled "The Cost of Not Going to College," it shows that there's about a 20,000 gap of those who attend and those who don't attend. And this is, you can see this in this graph right here. So in the very beginning, it started, everyone ended up being around making 30,000. It didn't really matter if you had a bachelor's degree, but as you can see, there's a definite increase in the people that do get a bachelor's degree and people that don't. And I believe that crack is only going to widen over time. So now that I've shown you that there is a gap, this leads me to my final point, is that not only is it a financially smart choice, but it's a healthier choice. So I'm in an anatomy class right now, and when your brain learns a new skill, it creates different neuron connections, which promote the growth of myelin, which makes quicker connections, and basically creates so you can have makes it so you can have a sharp brain. When you go to college, you're learning a variety of new skills that keep you accountable and through your grades and are able to express extensive boredom. And while researching, I also discovered that according to the National Longitudinal Mortality Study, that those who finish college actually live longer and have better mortality rates. I first began my speech by talking about the reasoning of why people are questioning whether or not you should receive a bachelor's degree, right? If you can get to the same place, why get it? And I then showed why you should, and the reason you should go to college is because you're learning new skills. And learning new skills is good no matter what. It prevents the habit of boredom and keeps you from getting out of your comfort zone so you can eventually find what you're looking for. Plus, it pays out. in the long run as far as finances go. Finishing your dreams will support your dreams. And that way, when you're eating your spoonfuls of peanut butter ice cream in the car, trying to get away from your roommates, remind yourself to keep going, because the end game will be worth it and your mind will thank you in the end.